Welcome to my special edition video celebrating children. So let me start by saying Happy World Children's Day. World Children's Day was first established by the United Nations in 1954 as Universal Children's Day, and it is celebrated on 20th of November each year to promote international togetherness, awareness among children worldwide, and the improving of children's welfare. So in today's video, we'll be talking about how we can each improve children's welfare. Please stay tuned. Welcome to the Quip Corner. This year marks 30 years since the adoption of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child. Let me read a bit about that convention. The convention says childhood is separate from adulthood, as we all know, and lasts until 18. It is a special and protected time in which children must be allowed to grow, learn, play, develop, and flourish with dignity. This convention, this United Nations Convention, actually went on to become the most widely ratified human rights treaty in history and has helped transform children's lives. Isn't that something? Reading that convention brought Quip 71 in my second book to mind. So let's read Quip 71. It says, childhood is usually the shortest part of a human's life and needs the longest attention. Childhood is usually the shortest part of a human's life and needs the longest attention. I added the word usually there on purpose because there are some parents who lose their children before those children have a chance to become adults. My heart goes out to them. On the flip side, there are children who barely become adults and then they lose one parent or both. As an example, I was barely an adult. My siblings were still children when we lost our mom. But I think back to that and I'm grateful for how much attention and affection she showed to us. Talking about contributing to a child's welfare brings to mind an African proverb that tells us that it takes a village to raise a child. And I particularly like the way Wikipedia expounded it. Wikipedia says, it means that an entire community of people must interact with children for those children to experience and grow in a safe and healthy environment. If we believe that children are our future, every adult has a responsibility to be part of that commitment to make sure that the children learn, grow, play, develop, flourish in a safe environment. Creating a safe environment includes being available to listen to the children. It's not a time when you say children are seen, not heard. That's definitely not a way to contribute to the welfare of a child. Supporting children's welfare, helping in the transformation of their lives, in my opinion, is a black or white matter. It's either that you're supporting them or you're not. I'm not saying that you should become a busybody, interfering in every family's matter and giving people suggestions on how they should raise their children. Because we know that there are some parents who, are always like, stay away from my children, just stay away. I know what I'm doing. But having been brought up by a village, I know the tremendous benefits of having that village around you, raising your children. That's not to say also that parents abdicate their responsibility and then say, well, everybody else is taking care of you, I don't need to do anything. No, that is the extreme and actually the wrong way to go. As an example, with all that's happening on social media, how do you look out for the children in your sphere of influence? I remember someone telling me about how, for one reason or the other, she had gained the trust of a teenager, such that the teenager has added her as a friend on one of the social media platforms and hadn't added either of her parents. And one day she noticed a post by that girl. So she called up the girl and said, "You're better than this." And that intervention redirected the girl and definitely added to her welfare and making her develop and even flourish. So it's things like that, it's in little places like that that we can support our children and the children around us. If you're a parent, I encourage you, be friends with your children. I'm not saying that you should become their pet. No. Be friends with them such that they trust you enough to let you into their social circle. It's not about scolding them for every action they take, but guiding them lovingly. For the rest of us who may not be parents of those children, we can also watch out for them so that we're giving the children room to grow, play, develop, and flourish. The village could be your family members, as you know, I can attest to. It could be your church members, it could be your community members, it could even be your co-workers. The point is, none of us can do life alone. We need to support each other. Aristotle said, "Give me a child until he is 7, and I'll show you the man." The attention and affection we show to our children during childhood will determine who they are as adults. I'm really, really hopeful that each and every one of us will play our part in helping the children around us grow in safe and caring environments so that we're all happy parents and happy people each time we say Happy World Children's Day. Have a great celebration. See you again next week. Bye now.